Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Harnessing the Power of People Through Effective Meeting Facilitation. My name is Pete Duffy, and today we are joined here at our Energy Hub to talk about effective meeting management. Let's kick it off. So today we're going to talk about 4 key topics that can make a big difference in the way your meetings run. So those are time, setting expectations, creating and maintaining energy, and closing well. So now, as it relates to time, we've invested in time throughout this whole process. First of all, with high-level thinking, which leveled and dovetailed into agenda creation. Purpose, creating topics, getting people involved, and making sure that agenda is out nice and early so people can review it and get back with any questions. But we need to continue the investment in time. And there are 2 steps to that. One is what I call ABE. Always be early. As a matter of fact, I'm here in the conference room getting ready for my meeting, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning. The meeting starts at 8. I'm here early so that I can get into a certain hub zone, a mindset. I block everything out that's going on. It's almost like a world-class football player or an actor, performer. They're in the locker room early, they're on the field, or they're in their changing room getting ready. Right? It's the same thing here. When I'm in the hub zone, it allows me to actually be in the mode to help people or to welcome people when they get to the meeting. And it helps me to tune in. Give me a sense of their energy. How are they feeling? I get to listen to their stories that they're going back and forth before the meeting actually starts, right? And lastly, it always helps me with the old adage, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So because I'm here early this morning, I actually took a walk down to this conference room. And believe it or not, there were some people in here because there was nobody in here. So I let them know that we have a meeting here, and I'm here, and they're gone. Second piece around it is because we are going to be conference calling today, as well as using the LCD, I want to make sure that both are working well, so there's no hiccups when the meeting starts. The second part of investing in time revolves around the fact that today I'm going to begin my meeting sharp, 8 o'clock, and end sharply at 10:30. So what that allows me to do, it allows me to show people that I respect them and their time, that they're here nice and early to get ready for the meeting. It also shows them that I respect myself and I respect my time. What this does then is, because of the respect, it gives people predictability and control. And then that lends itself to a feeling of momentum, focus, and purpose. It's kind of like getting out of bed early in the morning, right? And hitting the ground running, getting your sneakers on and going to the gym or whatever else you do. It's like it gets the meeting off snappy. Now, the team is in place. They're all in their seats and they're ready for the meeting to begin. Right? So it's time for us to set expectations, right? And we're going to do that in 2 ways. We're going to do it with a physical agenda review, but also we're going to do it with what I call setting expectations around behaviors. But this is so important for us to do because, as you remember, in the series on high-level thinking, I did a role-play scenario. And I played Sam, and I came in to the meeting, and I totally forgot to print off my agenda, and I asked Mike for a copy of it. Right? And he had good reasons. He was out celebrating his son's birthday, it just slipped his mind. So really, the purpose of having a physical agenda review is so that we can bring everybody up to speed at one time, so everybody's in the know, and they know what to expect. So it's really about why we're here, what we're going to do, who's going to do it, and the timing around that. So what I've done is I've created an actual agenda that supports what we've been talking about, getting more skilled in handling difficult client phone calls. So today, I'm going to share that agenda with you as if you are the team in the room. Okay, so I want to welcome you all to this meeting. It's going to be a great session. I want to thank you all for your input. And we are here today for one purpose and one purpose only, to get more skilled at handling effective client phone calls. So as a result, you leave the meeting today with a sense of confidence and motivation and empowerment. So that's our purpose. Now, with the agenda, we're going to review our ground rules, and then Jill is going to jump it off with a success story at 8:15. At 8:20, Mike and Marcia are going to talk about 3 steps to handling a difficult call. 9 o'clock, we're going to have a little stretch break. We're going to come right back at it again with a one-to-one role play, this time with Mike and Corinne. We're going to watch them, observe what they do, and then at 9:30, the whole team is going to get together. We're going to break up into pairs, and we're going to role play till 10:25. 10:25, we're going to talk about accomplishments, next steps, and then 10:30, we close. All right? So there's our agenda. That's a physical agenda review, and people now know, okay, this is exactly what we're going to be doing. But there's also ground rules. I have an asterisk next to it because ground rules are about setting behavioral expectations, right? And our team create their hub ground rules. And it's an agreement by the team in how we will all act in every meeting. So really, it goes like this. We will respect each other, trust each other, take action, have the courage to say what's on our mind, listen first to understand, then to be understood, and to be creative thought leaders. That's where we are. Though that's the behaviors that we expect each other to demonstrate in our meetings. Now, there's also one other interesting thing around the behavioral side, and that is when a person on the team has an amazing idea, but it just isn't really consistent or supportive of our agenda. We want to make sure that we capture that idea and they know that we've captured it. And we do that in a parking lot so that when we come back at the end of the meeting, we can say what was in the parking lot, and we can make sure that we follow up, for instance, with Sam, who brought the idea up, to make sure that we follow up on that idea. Okay, so now we're in the meeting and we want to make sure that we are either creating or maintaining energy in the meeting. So there are 6 things that I have used in my career that go a long way to do that. And the first is actually very easy. It's for the leader or the facilitator to pay attention to the important days of a person, the special days, such as a birthday or an anniversary. It's easy to recognize. You can have a cupcake with some candles in it. People can sing happy birthday or happy anniversary to that person, and it goes a long way to creating a special, compassionate, and caring culture. The second thing that you can do that always pays off is have a success story. For instance, Jill, in the agenda today, is going to share her success story with a certain client. Success breeds success. Positivity breeds positivity. It goes a long way. Third, and this is interesting, is stay on agenda. Stay on the schedule. When you stay on the schedule, it's like a team, say for instance, a football team, who is consistently moving the ball down the field for a touchdown. When you stay on agenda, it's a feeling of momentum, and it goes really well. Now, if you're not able to stay on agenda, if there's something there's a hiccup in there, or maybe people want to talk about that topic a little bit longer, we can ask the next group who have the next topic, is it okay if we push this back a little bit? And they say, absolutely. Then we can adjust the agenda and everybody's on board. All right, here's a big one, and it's very simple. And I've used this in many different places, including in schools. When a topic is accomplished, give somebody a marker, throw it to them and say, hey, check the box on that one. And they love it. And then they go back to their seats. The last part that you can easily do is around breaks. Stretch breaks or you could actually have a quick team game. I always love having a very small, compact, foldable ping pong table, 2 small paddles and a ball. You wouldn't believe the energy that people got, maybe playing as a team, 5 on one side, 5 on the other side, ping pong back and forth and back in their seats in 10 minutes. They're revitalized for the whole afternoon. You can even do that with a simple ball. You know, you could play team volleyball in the room a little bit, you know, get people going. All these things go a long way to creating and maintaining energy. Now, the thing is that whether you're in a 30 or 60-minute meeting or even longer meeting, these all pertain. Okay? You can easily recognize somebody, you can maintain your schedule, you can have a success story, and you can have a stretch break if you want to. Topics that are accomplished, all these things pertain. Now that we've gone through the meeting, now we're getting ready to close. It's 10:25. So for the purposes of this role play, I'm going to let the team know that we accomplished our purpose, that we set out to be more effective, more skilled, more confident in handling difficult client phone calls. Right? And I'm going to recognize Mike and Corinne and Mike and Marcia for the topics that they prepared and delivered. They did a great job. And then finally comes time for actions. As I shared earlier, all great meetings have actions at the end, and those actions create momentum to the next meeting, the next get-together. For the purpose of this meeting, I'm going to ask the team to get together in the following week, pick out a counterpart, and go role play again for 30 minutes. And once you do that, I would like you to email myself and the whole team to talk about how it went and what you learned. So, what did we accomplish today by talking about effective meeting management? Well, the first thing we talked about is the importance of investing in time. Getting there early, starting the meeting on time, ending the meeting on time. The second is making sure that you bring everybody up to speed through setting expectations with a physical agenda review and also review of ground rules. Thirdly, find ways to create energy in the meeting, special ways that make a difference. And lastly, always close with momentum and action. So this is the end of our series, Harnessing the Power of People Through Effective Meeting Facilitation. And before we close, I wanted to share a thought with you. The purpose of my giving you this gift was to help anybody who wanted to become more confident, more empowered in running effective meetings, that they could do it through this format. And know that if you committed to it with a curious mindset and practiced it with patience and passion and perseverance, that you could be wildly successful at this very important skill, that you could make a big difference in people's lives. And there really isn't a more important time for leaders and facilitators to be really good and invested in this skill. And I say that because of a recent report, it's actually ongoing research by Cigna Healthcare. And this research is called the Loneliness and the Workplace US 2020 report. And the base of this report is that of the 10,400 people who responded to this survey, 3 out of 5, or 61% of the people, classified themselves as being lonely at work. The study revealed that people who are lonely at work were twice as likely to quit their job. And it was all because they didn't have a connection to their coworkers. On the positive side of the research, it said that people were open to having technology that would help them to collaborate with each other. But the bottom line is they didn't want the perception to be that that technology would get in the way of one-to-one, face-to-face collaboration or interactions with their peers. So the reality is, as I shared, that there's never been a more important time for leaders, facilitators, and organizations to invest in creating hubs or communities where people can learn, they can build relationships, they can engage, and find purpose with each other. Now, the reality of that is that that will definitively help organizations and teams retain their people. So I want to thank everybody for allowing me to give you this gift of harnessing the power of people. I hope it was valuable for you. And if you have any questions, comments, reactions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn Messenger or on my email. It's on the last page of this presentation. Lastly, I want to thank Justin and Nick from Merrimack Television for doing such a wonderful job in helping me produce these seminars. Have a wonderful day.